Let's check out all the new stuff that's come to Blu-ray lately. You guys love physical media. I love physical media. That's why you're here. That's why I'm here. I got a bunch of new stuff. Lionsgate Limited, some studio stuff, some Kino Lorber, Steelbooks, you name it. Tons of new stuff has come out. So I want to show you all these movies, talk a little bit about each of them, why I like them, or if I haven't seen them, what I've heard about them, and where you can get each one. So to kick things off, I got a couple in the other day from Lionsgate Limited. First up is Knock Knock. It comes in this little fold-out cover, and then the movie actually slips out the bottom with the disc in there on 4K. This is one of the most underrated horror thrillers in recent years. Like, I see it pop up online every now and then, but it's such a great movie, and it's not quite what you'd expect, and it has a great cast. A lot of twists and turns. I think you guys will like it. Also from Lionsgate Limited, we got Jacob's Ladder on 4K. This has the slipcover with the steelbook. The steelbook is great. Check out the back. It's all embossed, debossed. It has a little frame around it. This movie is one, again, that not a lot of people talk about when they talk about horror or like real mind-melting movies. If you like stuff like David Lynch, like, you'll love Jacob's Ladder. You need to check that one out for sure. Tim Robbins is so good in that movie. Now I got a couple here from Kino Lorber. We got The Bone Collector on 4K. Denzel is my favorite actor ever. The Bone Collector, another underrated gem from the 90s, little serial killer mystery movie. Very dark. If you like stuff like Silence of the Lambs, if you like Zodiac, another Denzel movie, Fallen, you'll probably like The Bone Collector. And hopefully this one doesn't get me kicked off of YouTube, but it's Isla, She-Wolf of the SS. This is one of those, they call them Nazi exploitation movies. A lot of this stuff came out in the 70s, I would say. This is one of the more famous ones. Kino has put it out in 4K, fully remastered it. It's a very cult film. Some of you may have heard of it. If you've never seen it, I don't know that it's going to be for everybody, but it's a very cool release to get a 4K. It feels like something like Vinegar Syndrome might have done. From DreamWorks, I've got The Bad Guys 2 here, now available on 4K. I haven't watched this with my kids yet, but they actually really like the first Bad Guys, and they sent me a really cool promo pack that my kids loved. It had like activities in it and crayons, and it was a lot of fun. So got them hyped for that movie, and it is on our watch list right now. We're just deep into Halloween stuff because it's October. Also from Lionsgate, part of their Vestron video line, we got Hider in the House, Gary Busey movie. I have never seen this. Vestron video is getting pretty deep now with the deep cuts, but this is one of those like suburban horror movies, you know, your idyllic community that gets torn apart by a madman. That's what this one reads. I've never seen it, so if you have seen this, let me know. It feels like something that sort of fits into Vestron with the cult horror thriller vibes, and I'm glad they're getting back to that, because recently had been some like action movies, which I'm not, the B action movies I'm not the biggest fan of. I'd rather stuff like this. From Disney, we got Fantastic Four, First Steps. Not a massive fan of this movie. I've kind of signed off on Marvel stuff lately, but if I was gonna jump back in, I heard this was pretty decent, so maybe now's the time. I feel like I'm going to be so lost if I don't know, you know, all the other films that have come out, but I may watch it. No slipcover on that one either, which is crazy at a first run. From Paramount, we got Mission Impossible, The Final Reckoning on 4K. This movie, what should I say about this movie? Man, it was, the last 45 minutes are really great. It takes a little bit of time to get going, and I wonder if that's because it was supposed to be like a part 2, and they had, what was it, Ghost, I forget, what, Ghost Protocol or something? No. What was the part? It had part 1, and then this was going to be part 2, but it ended up not being part 2. It ended up just being its own film. It felt a little disjointed until the end, and of course, there's great stunts. From Universal, I got the Steelbook here for Nobody 2. Take a look at the inside of this, some really nice artwork. Nobody is a movie that I really liked. Nobody 2 is fine. It's, you know, it's just like, can you ever capture the magic of, Nobody had some magic. Can you capture the magic of John Wick in John Wick 2 and 3? No, but you love the character, you love the action, so like it's worth seeing if you like the first one. And then also here, Edward Scissorhands. This just came in. This is the 4K Steelbook, just in time for the winter season. Even the 4K disc has some artwork on it. Nice stuff all the way around. This is, I would consider, a Christmas movie. Some people might call me crazy, but Edward Scissorhands is a Christmas movie. It's all set during Christmas. It's snowy, it's cold, it's icy. Like, That to me is a Christmas movie. It doesn't necessarily have to be about Christmas to be a Christmas movie. Ask Die Hard. Some more stuff here from Universal in time for Halloween. You got Bride of Frankenstein with this great 4K steelbook. Some new artwork here that we have not seen before. One of my favorites. I think I like Bride of Frankenstein better than the original Frankenstein when it comes to Universal Monsters. I'm very excited for what Christian Bale, he's starring in the remake of that film called Bride. I'm so curious how that's going to go. And also from Universal, you got American Pie. You know, problematic today. It is what it is. It's a product of its time. It's still very funny. It's still hilarious. It's still entertaining. Yeah, it's got those moments. But you know what? Listen, there's movies like that throughout history. Revenge of the Nerds. I mean, come on. You know, we have to understand the time and the comedy. And yes, it would not hold up today. But it's still a very funny movie. From Arrow Video, I got Spawn on 4K. This is a blind spot for me. Never seen it. But a lot of people talk about it. It seems to be this big cult film. And I honestly didn't even know what it's about. I knew it had something to do with like Todd McFarlane, I think, created this comic. And it was really, really big in the 90s. But I haven't heard much about it since. So it's on my watch list now because I'm very curious because it is from the same people who did The Crow and Blade, and it feels kind of moody like that. From Columbia, we got The Quick and the Dead. This is the 30th anniversary 4K steelbook of a fairly underrated Western, and one movie I am shocked actually came to 4K. It has the cast, right? It's got Leo, Russell Crowe, Gene Hackman, Sharon Stone, but it's just like not a movie you hear about a lot when you think about Westerns. Even from this time period, you would think like Tombstone or Unforgiven, which also got 4K steelbooks. I'm shocked that The Quick and the Dead got one, but not complaining by any means. On Blu-ray, I've got I Know What You Did Last Summer. This is the remake. Not a huge fan. Honestly, there's been all these legacy horror remakes lately. The Scream ones I actually thought were pretty good. Final Destination was pretty damn good too. I Know What You Did Last Summer didn't do it for me. It felt like I mean, I don't know why it feels this way. It felt like a TikTok movie. It just felt kind of like made for the memes. I don't know. You know what I mean? That makes me sound probably super old, but it just felt like a TikTok movie. It didn't feel serious. And maybe, you know, that's what the original was, but the original was campy and fun. And this one was just like kind of blah. From Kino Lorber again, I've got Dogtooth. This is, I think, was it Yorgos Lanthimos' debut film? If it wasn't, it was the one that put him on the map. A very disturbing movie. Probably something you've never seen before. Some people would categorize this as a horror movie, which I think you could do for a lot of Yorgos Lanthimos movies. It's kind of just nuts what he puts out. I can't wait to see Begonia. It looks amazing, and I have no idea what to expect. But Dogtooth is really where it all started. So it's great to see it get this treatment from Kino. All right, and we got just a few more, a handful more, starting with this beauty from Imprint Films, Never-Ending Story. One of the best movies of the 80s, one of the saddest movie moments of all time. But this movie is so much fun, and I love this. There's a steelbook inside this case. It is, you know, I never got the big, there was like the big storybook edition. I never got that because I'm not like the biggest Never-Ending Story fan. But when they re-released this in 4K with the steelbook, I was like, okay, now's the time. Let's get it. On 4K from Warner Brothers and Apple, look at that, an Apple logo on a physical media release, is F1. I'm so glad they did this. Please give us that Scorsese movie, please, on 4K physical media. I can't believe we don't have it, Killers of the Flower Moon, but we got F1. This should be reference stuff from what I heard. I didn't get to see it in theaters, but I'm about to pop it on the home theater and watch it because it's supposed to be reference quality audio. It's got the Dolby Atmos track. I heard it was fantastic in IMAX. Personally, can't wait to see it. I heard it was actually a pretty good, if, you know, formulaic a bit, nothing like you haven't seen before, but a pretty good movie. From Sony, I got the 4K steelbook of Night of the Living Dead, and no, this is not the original. This is the 1990 remake that was actually produced by George Romero, but I think directed by Tom Savini, who did all the special effects. He's a special effects wizard. A great, great horror remake. Like, especially to have, it feels like when Carpenter came back to do Halloween 2018, it was kind of involved. Like, you feel that, and you feel Romero's influence here. A great steelbook all the way around. Now, I'd never heard of this movie, but now it's on the top of my watch list because it's from Kino, Rampage, 4K, and it's William Friedkin. I did not know this was in Friedkin's catalog. It stars Charles Reese, who I don't really know, Anthony Fraser. Like, it doesn't have a ton of people I know in it, but William Friedkin is To Live and Die in LA, The Exorcist, The French Connection, Cruising. I love Friedkin movies. Didn't know this one existed. This is 1987 and 1992 when it got a long overdue theatrical release. So this one's kind of weird. It premiered in 1987. It took 5 years to get a theatrical release, and they edited 5 minutes of it. I knew nothing about this. I'm literally just reading the back cover, but I'm in on anything Friedkin. One of my favorites of the year, Weapons, now available on 4K. I rewatched it at home. The 4K looks great. It sounds great. It's just as thrilling at home as it was in theaters. My wife literally watched this and said, "What the F did I just see?" when this movie ended. If you've seen it, you know what I'm talking about. It's insane stuff. It's unlike anything you've probably seen before, but also seems a bit familiar in a way that like a Stephen King story feels familiar. Like it has that small town Stephen King It type vibe, but it's not the scariest. So don't go into this expecting like absolute abject horror. It's mysterious. It's, you know, a thriller. It feels a little bit like Prisoners in a way because of the missing kids. Like there's a lot of layers to this movie, and I love the narrative structure of it. And finally, to round things out, Eddington is now available on 4K and Blu-ray from A24. This is Ari Aster's latest film, who is behind Hereditary, Midsommar, and Beau is Afraid. This one is a COVID Western. Yeah, we're getting Westerns set during COVID times in 2020. Joaquin Phoenix, Pedro Pascal. I've not seen it yet, but I've heard it's pretty good. I think I'm going to enjoy it. I think that the kind of parody that's going on here, the satire of this movie, is going to hit for me. It may not hit for everybody, depending on where you land, but I remember this time period. Like, it was such a wild time. I was on YouTube doing stuff then. And to see like a black comedy set in this period that was only 5 years ago, but somehow feels like both like it was yesterday, but also historic in a weird way. I'm very, very curious how they approach this and how Ari Aster approached this, because all of his movies are kind of blurring the line between horror and black comedy. And this is just another example of his unique style. That is what I have picked up lately. Lots of stuff here. I've been watching lots of horror movies given it's October. I've been on Letterboxd logging all that stuff. So if you want to stay up to date with me, check that out. Also, make sure to subscribe here to the channel. Follow me on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, Twitter, wherever. And of course, you're not going to get through a video without me plugging this, okay? I wrote a book. It's called Lost in the Stream. It is available everywhere. Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Books A Million, Hamilton Book, Bull Moose, anywhere they sell books, Target, Walmart. You can get it. It supports me. It's all about movies, algorithms, and how things have changed in just the last 5 years, even since COVID. I did a lot of research, a lot of personal stories in here as well. If you like the way I talk about movies and you like my content, this book is a great extension of that. So please pick it up if you haven't yet. Maybe get it as a gift for some friends. Tell your library about it. Order it from your local bookstore. Bookshop.org has it. Whatever you got to do. This is the best way to support me right now, is to buy one of these. So thank you. But that's it for this collection update. So I hope I gave you some insight as to what's come out lately. Physical media continues to ramp up at a speed that honestly, I can't even keep up with. Every time I think it's slowing down, I get another package at the door and there's 10 more movies. It's insane how much is coming to 4K. We are fully in the swing of things with this format now. It may have taken, you know, almost 8-9 years, but boy, is it cranking. You got any questions or anything, let me know in the comments. I'd be happy to help, but otherwise, hope you have a great rest of your day. Stay safe, stay healthy out there, keep collecting, and I'll talk to you all soon.